So in this video, I'm just going to give you a basic how-to with GarageBand. So first things first, get your iPad open and look for the GarageBand sign, which is here. I'm going to press it. Ta-da! Next, we're going to look for the plus in the corner, top left. I'm going to press it and I'm going to create a new song. So I'm going to swoosh it around until we get to guitar, smart guitar. I'm going to press it. Currently, we've got all of these chords. Now, I don't want those chords because we only want the chords G, E minor, C and D in any order. So I've got E minor here. I might just keep that there. Then I'm going to move to the next one. I'm going to change it. So I'm going to go to where it says spanner up here. I'm going to press it, edit chords, and then I'm going to change it. And this time I am going to move it to C. I'm going to change it to major. I don't need any of this jazz. And now it's changed to C. So you can hear the sound has changed. The next chord, I'm going to make it D. At the moment it's DM, which means D minor. So I'm going to press the DM, spanner button, edit chord, and I'm just going to change that to maj, which is short for major. And then the next chord is G. And as it stands, it just happens to be there for me. But I don't want all of these other chords, so I'm going to get rid of them. And this is what we do. Click each chord and then scroll to the top where it says none. And it disappears. Right, so I repeated that process with the other 3 chords that were left, and now those chords have gone and we've got the 4 chords. And as you can hear, E minor, C. I'm not actually happy with that sound, and the reason why is I'm finding it a little bit loud, so I'm going to turn the volume down. So I'm going to turn the volume down there. It's a bit better. And I am also going to change the sound of the guitar. So I'm going to click the guitar, and I've got a few different options. I'm going to pick acoustic guitar. I can play the chords again, or if I wanted to, I could pick the notes. So all I'm doing is touching the strings and it makes an individual sound. So you could make a pattern. So why don't you have a little practice at doing that? The other option for pressing those strings is that I could use the autoplay. So if I clicked 1 and pressed, you can see all those strings have disappeared, and just press the chord. I could do that, and if I wanted to stop it, I'd press the one that's lit up and it would stop. I'm not keen on that, so I'm going to move on to number 2 and listen to that one. Now that is very similar to when I was picking those strings, but it sounds much smoother. And stop. Right, so I like that, and I'm going to record it. The thing you have to think about there is if we're counting along from that. So if we're counting that and seeing what the tempo's like, let's just listen to that. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually is quite fast, I think. You've got this little triangle up here, which is your metronome. If I clicked the play button, you can hear it. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop it. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that spanner again, and it says metronome, and then it says tempo. So that's sort of saying the speed of the music. And currently it's on 110. And I just think that's a little bit too fast. So I could press the up and down, which would change faster or slower, or I could just tap the tempo I want. So 1, 2. Now that's given me 76. So let's just listen to this now. And stop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to record this. Before I just click the red button and record, there's a little bit of housekeeping that we need to do. It's this plus button over here. At the moment it says 1 to 8, so that's telling us there are 8 bars here. And if I just recorded this, it would stop at 8 and that would be the end of it. But actually I want some more music, so I'm going to click the plus button. And if I click section A, I don't want lots of different sections, I could keep clicking up to what I want. So I'm just going to put it up to 16 bars. So you could put it to what you want. You could press the automatic and then it would be however long the music is going to be, and then it would just automatically stop. But that'll do for me for now. Now you can see 1 to 16, I have 16 bars. Right, I'm ready to record. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do 2 bars on E minor, then I'm going to do a bar of C, a bar of G, a bar of C, a bar of E minor, a bar of D, and a bar of G. And then I'm going to repeat it. Here we go. It'll click 4 times, then I'm going to come in and I'm only going to press it on the first beat of each bar. I'm going to let this one roll for 2 bars. Then C, 2, 3. So, having recorded it, I'm going to press this little square button here with little rectangles in it, and it will take me through to this page. So I can see that I've recorded guitar, and this is the shape of the music. I'll just have a little listen pressing the play button, and I can hear that it's there, and it sounds the way I'd like it to sound. So I'm going to make sure that this arrow is right on bar 9. There it is. I like it, but I want it to repeat. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to press copy and then paste. I just want to make sure it goes from the cut in the middle, that it's smooth and sounds fine. And there it is. Perfect. Next step, I'm going to add a new instrument. So I'm going to press plus. I'm going to choose a new instrument, this time smart bass. There's lots of options. Straight away I'm going to press this. I'm going to choose Liverpool bass today, and you can hear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around and find out what sounds good. I need to remember to push that to the beginning so it's on bar 1 and try and just play along. So I'm going to press play. There's C, G. So what I would do is make a pattern that I felt happy with, that maybe had a little repeated rhythm, and then I would record it like that. 4 clicks and then we start. And for ease, I just held that last note at the end because then it would be much easier when we then do the copy and paste. So I'm going to click in this again. I can see it's there. I would check it. If I'm happy with it, then I do the double click, copy, paste. Check that it smoothly transitions. And it does. So let's add another instrument. Piano. So you can hear the bass notes are the shaded ones. The ones that are white are the chords. Root, first, second, in different inversions. So I could be busy, whatever, or I could just make it simple and change the view. So I've put it onto autoplay. We have the bass notes at the bottom, so listen. And then I could click the top. I could stagger it. I could experiment with other ones. We'll go to number 2. So the further you go, the busier it gets. Much more block chord there. And finally, and again, if you press the button, then it stops. So what I'll do is I'll use the busiest one, but instead of recording all the way through the track, if we look again, the piano is just going to kick in the second half. And there it is. click the square, go back, and actually, oh dear me, I made a mistake because I thought my line was in the middle and it's at the beginning. But this is good, mistakes we can learn from. I'm just going to pick it up and move it to where I want it to be. So let's listen to the transition without the piano to the piano coming in. So I've gone back into looking at instruments and I want to show you this. You've got drummer. If you click into this, there'll be a drummer who's already got a pre-recorded loop that will just automatically drop into your pot. That's okay if you want that. Drums is the one that I play in and program what you want. And then there's somewhere in between, which is called smart drums, where you place the drums on the grid to create the beats. So that's what I wanted to show you. So I'm just going to take this back to the beginning. I could have pressed that button, which would have done that quicker. And I could play the music. And I could drop things in. I'm going to put a bass drum here. The bottom half is quiet, the top half is loud. This is simple, this is complex. I'm going to make this simpler, I'm going to make this louder. I don't want this to go all the way through. I want it to go from 9. So I'm going to record. I'll move it instead of to the beginning to bar 9. I'll press record. 2, 3. Then it comes in. So it's coming in with the piano. So I just want to keep the bass drum, the tambourine and the capacitor. I'm just going to record from the beginning. Here we go. So I'm going to come out of it, press this button so I can see it all, and there it is. I'm going to have a little listen. And watch, the keys are coming in, the grand piano, and more drums and percussion.